Everybody, it's Glenn back with some solo showdown in Brawl Stars. Let's go. So we got another story time today, and today I wanted to talk about how I got into the journalism business, my first job here. Oh, can I shoot over here? Yeah, I guess I can. Ooh. Oh, and they can shoot over here too. That's not good. So anyways, I wanted to talk about how I got my first, or I guess my first real journalism job, and it was when I was a teenager. So I had always wanted to be. There's two jobs I dreamt of having. One was to be a sports reporter, like the ones you see on, in the national newspapers and all that stuff. And the other was to be a musician. Now, I kind of realized later on that, or not later on, but I kind of realized a little early that I was kind of being led in terms of music, not toward being, a pro or anything like that, or like, I guess what musicians would be. Okay, all right, we should be able to get that. So I just had loved, just writing, storytelling, all that stuff, and I really wanted to get into sports journalism as a kid. So there was a teen section in one of the local papers in my hometown that I said that, okay, let's see if I can get in and join on that, because they had an open a tryout every year for the school year. And so my freshman year, I went for it, and I had already written for one of the local papers by then. Ouch! Because I had already written for one of the papers, and I'd written letters to the editor, that I was a finalist. And we're talking about anywhere from 50 to 60 kids would apply for one of what would be 7 to 10 spots every year, and each kid was representing their school. So I would be representing my school. The only thing is I'm getting hit by a cloud of okay, here we go. So I am not safe. I am not safe. I am not safe, and I am probably gone. Finalist, but I was going up against the incumbent, who was, I think, and she was entering her sophomore year, and it's very tough for incumbents to lose their position. You had to do like something like really dumb, but I didn't know that. I was like, you know what? I was going in like I believe I can win this. Just I believe I can win this. Win the job. Went in, I thought I killed it, and then one day I got a letter from the newspaper, and they're like, oh, okay, let's get this. Okay. Right. So I got a letter from the newspaper, and I was like, oh, I got a letter from the newspaper. And my mom had saved it because she handed it to me, and she's like, oh, you didn't get the job. I was like, I haven't even opened it. And she's like, you didn't get the job. I was like, why are you being a downer? And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna open it right now then. And I didn't get the job. So because every time, like, I sucked at sports as a kid. And anytime I didn't get cut, any sport where there were cuts, I didn't make the cut. But the coach would always say, like, "Hey, you didn't make the cut." This dude is like, oh my gosh, they know, they knew I was here. So they sent a letter instead of actually telling me, because I was never used to it. I was always told, like, the coach would come to me and say, like, "Hey, you suck, and we're gonna cut you." So getting that letter was just kind of like, oh my gosh. And I was a freshman too. I was like, I mean, what am I? I just really believed that I could be a reporter for one of the newspapers, and that, like, I could get in. I can actually do this. Okay. All right. I gotta bring in Kumar or something. Oh my gosh. We got stuff happening. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know what I'm going after. Okay. All right, we're bringing in Kuma again. Okay, let's wrap this up. There's two of us. I'm gone. Okay. Knew that once the representative from my school graduated, that was going to be when it opened, and it turned out it was going to be my senior year. So, senior year, I applied again. And funny thing was, I went to the paper itself, and I said, I would like to apply for the, and the section was called attitude. So I said, I'd like to apply for the attitude position, and they were like, okay, go ahead and fill out an application. I'm like, application? Okay, all right. I didn't do that last time when I was a freshman. I did not fill out an application. I just said, okay, you know what? I'll, ooh, okay. All right. If we both know he's there, that's good. This is the standoff of the year. So I filled out their application, you know, like a regular application form, and I filled it out. And I said, okay. What's funny was the references. I was now keep in mind this, and I should say this is 1997. So when this happened. Oh my goodness. Okay. I used the bonus from Kuma. I wasn't sure like what. Oh my goodness. Okay. He's running. My dude is running. Okay. All right. Well, I still have one more. So okay. All right. Will they come after me? All right. So I filled out the application, and they asked for references. And I was like, oh my goodness. I'll just put my cousin, and I don't know. I knew my dad's best friend's number, and that was it. So I was like, I only have 2. I hope this works. Oh, I'm sandwiched. I might be in trouble here. So I filled it out, and oh my goodness, what? So I filled out the application. I turned in a couple of writing samples I had sent through. I didn't really do anything different than what I did the previous time, 3 years earlier. I just said, you know what, I'm going in. This is what I have, and you know, here we go. So a couple weeks later, I got a call and said, hey, you know, we like your writing, and we want you to come in for an interview. So I'm a finalist again. So for the representative of my school. So it's like, okay. Here we go again. And now I'm starting to remember like what I did previously. So I'm like, okay, I know they asked me about this. I know they asked me about my writing, my style, you know, what I can bring to the newspaper and all that stuff. You know, being a teen reporter and all those things. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. So I thought the interview this time around went better than the one 3 years ago, and I just felt like super confident that okay, this is an opportunity. There's no incumbent. I really believed that I could get it. I knew that I was going up against one other person who I knew. I wouldn't say he was like a rival. I just knew that he was I guess now you would say he's a hipster. So he also loved writing. He loved being very I would say, I guess, is it provocative? Would be the word? I don't know. But I went through the interview, and I should mention this too. At the end of the interview, I was being interviewed by 2 guys. One was the team reporter. He was the editor, and one was kind of like the newsroom, not assistant, but like second in command. And his name was Richard, and he was telling me like, Glenn, just so you know, there's a reason why we brought you in. And I was like, oh, I was like, because my writing's good. I hope it is. And he said, well, there were 60 people who applied for the job, or for one of these jobs, and you were the only one who filled out an application. So we had to see who you were. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I didn't know. I thought everybody had to fill out an application. That was the thing. I thought everybody had to fill out an application. I just filled it out because I was just told by the clerk at the at the front desk of the office. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll do it. So I don't know. Was it luck that led me there? I mean, it was the 2 guys who interviewed me were different than the 2 who interviewed me 3 years earlier. So maybe they didn't know who I was. Maybe they didn't know I even applied previously. Okay, we got our super. So we're set here. Once I, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna activate it now. was gonna go after one of them. Okay, so they didn't know who I was. All right, you know what? I got another one for you. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just peppering him. Oh, come on, come on, just give me a shot. Just give me one shot. Okay. Oh, wow. I believe that I did everything I could to get the job. I did the interview well. I knew who I was going up against. I used my past interview experience, even though it was 3 years ago. I just was more prepared this time. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, am I gonna get wrecked here? And it was just now up to them. So 2 weeks pass, and keep in mind this is 96, so there's no cell phone. I mean, there's no cell phone or anything like that. I get a call at home. Oh no, I was working. I was working in a restaurant one day. I'm just getting wrecked by all these colts. So one day I was at work and I come home and there's my family's saying, "Hey, you got to call from the paper. You got to call from the paper. You got to call them back." I was like, "Okay, all right. I'm calling back." And it turned out that yep, they found out. They found out. I mean, not they found out, but they were going to offer me one of the jobs. I just was super, like I was through the roof. I said, "This is incredible." Like I had achieved the first like major step toward my dream of becoming a sports reporter. So I wasn't going to be doing sports, but being you want to be in the room. They talk about, a lot of pros talk about that a lot. You want to be in the room just to get that opportunity. And I was now in the room. So not only did I, ouch, okay, all right, if I can get one more shot, no, by getting that job, I was now, able to kind of offer my services to do sports and, cover sporting events. So like I was doing Friday night football, stuff that was out of, kind of it was extra. I was learning the ropes, but also getting to do what I, really want to do was sports reporting. It was so cool. And speaking of cool, I'm getting cooled down by 2 dudes here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay. So that's what I talk about when they say, you want to be in the room, because that's what's important. Are you going to come after me? Okay. Come on. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, just slow down. Like, okay, all right. I'm following the leader. Okay, now I'm in trouble. So yeah, I was doing a lot of reporting outside of just the regular team stuff, and I was learning a lot. It was just amazing to be in the room. I'm in trouble again. Then comes the end of our tenure, and I wanted to do as much as I could to stay, and I ended up staying because they couldn't find another, not replacement, but I read through it. I actually helped kind of go through all the applications for the next year, and there wasn't anybody like who they said was like, why don't we keep you on? Which was great for me because, like, again, you get more experience. Then I found out something that I guess maybe I should not have. So one of the 2 people who interviewed me said that, and this is the weird thing, because you can tell me in the comments whether, this was appropriate or not, or, I might talk about this in a later thing, because there's more story times regarding this. The leader of our team group said, "Hey, you know that you weren't supposed to get the job?" And I was like, "Oh, excuse me." And he said, "Yeah, the reason, well, we were going to give it to this other guy. His name is David." And he said, "Hey, yeah, we were going to give it to this other guy, but he didn't answer his phone. And we tried to get in touch with him for a week, and he just never picked up his phone. I'm in trouble." Oh, yeah, it's crazy that the person they wanted to hire just never picked up their phone for a week. And they were deciding that, you know, we can't wait much longer, we have to make a decision. And they said, okay, we're just going to give it to Glenn. And it turned out well for me. But it's just one of those things where, is that, it worked out for me, but I always have that in the back of my mind, like, wow, I was not their first choice. I was picked because I was, I was picked because somebody didn't answer their phone. It's not because, it was not because I was good enough. It was just because somebody didn't pick up their phone, and that's why I got the job. Is that, that's, I don't know. I'm getting destroyed here. Whew. One of those things that I think about, and I still think about to this day. It's like, my whole, I don't know, maybe my whole life trajectory changes if I don't get that, because that's the second time I apply and I don't get the job, and maybe I'm starting to have doubts about whether I am good enough to be a reporter. But then again, like, I know it's weird because it's like the only reason I got an opportunity is because somebody didn't pick up their phone for a week. I don't know if they went on vacation. I have no idea. And I never asked. I'm obviously not in contact with, a person, who finished, I guess, runner-up or won and didn't. And I just cannot get the shots here to get in against this toaster here. So we may be here for a while. I'm in trouble because I'm gonna get squeezed by this. Oh, it's so interesting, in a way, because it's. Would you want to know that you were not? The only reason you got a job is because somebody didn't. And the other thing too is that maybe I don't even get the interview if I didn't fill out the application. Because I was one of only, the only one out of 60 who filled out an actual application. Everybody just submitted their I guess, writing samples. But I did an application and submitted writing samples. So that's why I got picked. And then somebody had to not pick up the phone. It's just so weird because it's like maybe my whole life is different today if none of that happened. If they know I'm here, I'm in trouble. Okay, all right. Oh, so I leave you with that. Is it better to be lucky than to be good? Because the stars aligned for me. I spent 22 years in the journalism business, and there's nothing near me. Okay, I'm in trouble here. 22 years in the business, but I had to get 2 lucky breaks at least just to get that opportunity to get in. That's the crazy part. Like, oh, okay, I can only get one of these. Oh, come on, okay, there we go. So yeah, that's my story of how I got into the journalism business for as a teen reporter. I don't regret. It is still, when people ask me, like, what's your dream job? My dream job was and still is to be a sports reporter. That hasn't gone away. My other dream job, as I mentioned in the beginning, was to be a musician, but maybe I'll talk about that later on, because I was kind of being led on this path of, you're not going to be an actual, like, if you're going to be a musician, you're going to be a last place role player. That's what it is. So I'll save that for later. But being a team reporter and kind of achieving my dream at an early age was just, it was incredible. I just never thought I was going to get that opportunity, especially after 3 years earlier I get rejected, and when I thought that I was good enough to make it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. What was your first gig, your job? Oh my goodness! Oh, okay. We were so close to getting. We were one hit away, but that's it. That's all for me. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed story time, be sure to like button, subscribe button, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.